Fit for Life Radio, episode number 180. Gary here.
And Will.
And we are answering a question we had from a client in today's episode. We had a client ask who they're busy parent, work, couple kids, used to be super cardio driven, super exercise driven, tons of exercise, and they're trying to find that balance. And they asked what is the kind of, because they feel good about their 2-3 days a week of resistance training. And they asked what is a good base for health for cardio, right? Because I think a lot of times you can log on and see all this running and extra activity, and which can be great and fine, but realize most of that enters the territory of sport, right? Which, if you have the time, do what you want with it, right? It can increase your performance and cardiovascular performance and abilities, but a lot of people, I think, wonder, hey, if your main goal is health, what are the guidelines for maintaining good health? Right? Because there is diminishing returns, and also know too, you cross a threshold where you're improving your fitness, but it could be declining
your health,
right? So they can be competing goals, especially at the extremes.
And I think it gets real muddy too.
Yeah, and at the same time, doing nothing is also bad for your health, right? Yep. So if people have to realize, and this is with food and nutrition and nutrients and exercise, everything's like there's normally like where too little is a problem and too much is a problem. And you're really, if your main goal is health, you're searching for
Just live in the middle.
Yeah, for that balance in the middle where you get all the benefits without the drawbacks.
Yeah, I think the biggest take home is going to be diminishing returns on doing too much.
Yeah.
Because some people think like, oh, more is better. I'm going to crush it. Mm-hmm. I'm going to run every day. And the reality is like that might not be doing you the service that you want it to.
Yeah. And again, if you decide you want to do those things, fine. What we want to address here is that baseline. What can you feel good about? Where should you establish some consistency, right? And again, we've flushed this out in more detail, but we kind of wanted to, or in less detail, more overall with all the components, but we're kind of pulling this out. But essentially with the World Health Organization, there's a couple other like American such and such something, and the main guidelines are, and we'll dive into because there's like nuance in what they classify as exercise and intensities. So in general, so it's technically 500 METs per week is what you're after in activity. And that's what they kind of recommend as the minimum threshold to maintain for good health. Now, a MET, see if get the exact acronym for a MET.
Let's see. A MET is a ratio of your working metabolic rate relative to your resting metabolic rate.
Mm-hmm. So then different intensities. So you can take, I think you can pull this up. There might be a convenient graph where something as simple as walking, whether you're walking at 2 miles per hour or 4 miles per hour, it's going to be different METs.
Yeah, I got it right here. Yeah. So here it is. Walking at 3 miles per hour, 3.5 METs.
Yeah.
Walking at 4 miles per hour, 5 METs.
Yeah. 4 miles per hour is like getting it.
Yeah.
3 is
three's
a brisk walk. Yeah. That's what most people probably
decent.
Walk at with some purpose. So like, for example, the 3 was what, 3.5? Mm-hmm. So if you need 500 METs, divide 500 divided by 3.5.
142.
So there you go. So right there, at even just brisk walking 3 miles per hour, you would need 142 minutes a week, and you're good.
So that's what, 20 minutes a day?
Yeah, right? 142 divided by 20 if you were doing, and you could break that up however you want it, right? So that's where, we like to start to keep it at its most simple base. So it's basically 150 minutes per week of moderate intensity aerobic activity. And that's where people can get confused, because you wouldn't think of that walk as maybe moderate, but we're defining it. They define moderate intensity as like a brisk walk, cycling. So right there, that you see that 3 mile per hour is considered a moderate intensity exercise. Yeah. That's the thing people don't realize. You don't have to freaking kill yourself.
No.
Even what and we'll get into, or instead of 150 minutes of moderate intensity, you could have 75 minutes per week of vigorous intensity. All right. But then vigorous is like, could be a incline walk.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not, or it's like, bike. It's not like you're at death's doorstep, So, vigorous could be like running or jogging or walking.
Another
on an incline.
one, hiking with a light pack is vigorous exercise too.
Yep. Playing a sport, things like that, fast cycling. So, a little bit higher intensity can kind of shorten it. And you can combine these too, right? So say we just said, the walking, say you did 10 minutes a day, which of the moderate walking, 3 miles per hour, that would then give you about 70 METs.
I'm sorry, 70 minutes.
That would give you, 70 minutes or about 250 METs. Mm-hmm. So then if you did a kind of like HIIT circuit, we'll say, so at the gym for 30 minutes. So one circuit workout for 30 minutes a week. That's probably about 7, 8.
Circuit's 8.
8. There you go.
Yeah.
So 8 times 30.
It's 240.
8 times 30 is 240. Mm-hmm. So there's, you're well over then.
Yeah.
Right. So there's your 240 plus
your 250.
Plus your walking was your 250. There's your 500 METs.
Yeah.
Actually, so right there. So you could walk 10 minutes a day, brisk walk, 3 miles per hour, and get 1 30-minute kind of circuit type workout.
And you're all right.
And you're
good.
You're hitting that number, right? So again, different combinations, and you can Google and play around with this yourself. But yeah, so for the most part, for most of our clients, we normally recommend like a 20-minute daily walk or 15-minute walk. And then if you get in a 15 to 30-minute circuit, we do those at our gym or like as finishers or, and you're good. You're golden, right? So, and actually the way we break it down, so most of our work, it's in our current phase, it's like some strength stuff, 2 or 3 sets, and then we'll have like a little high-intensity finisher that's 5 to 10 minutes, right? So if you came 2 days a week. So you're getting, and also the other side piece to this is they recommend like 2 full body resistance training base. So to get the total exercise for good health, that kind of base, something, obviously we're plugging our gym here, Coastal Strength and Fitness, but if you came 2 days a week, you're getting your 2 strength stuff because we're doing full body resistance training. And then say we have we'll split the difference and say 7-minute finisher in both those workouts. So that's hitting you, we'll say 15 minutes
15
total.
minutes.
And it's at that vigorous intensity. So 15 times 8 is
120.
120. So you still we're after that 500 METs, right?
So you still need like 130 to get there?
130. No, we would need them from the walking now.
Yeah.
So the gyms kind of gives you your 2 strength. Then just from those 2 finishers, you're getting that 130 MET. So then from the walking, you would need
3.
You'd need about
370.
380 METs. So divided by 3, it'd be about 100 minutes of walking.
Yeah.
So then if you broke that down into 7 days,
that's 15 minutes a day.
Boom. So and that's what we recommend to our clients, right? Is see, people think we just pull this stuff out.
I know. I swear we don't make this stuff up.
But so if you just went to the gym and did 2 strength workouts, and I actually broke this down in a Instagram post. It's one of my favorite ones, but 2 strength workouts with a little 7-8 minute finisher. So do that twice a week. And the strength, so you're looking at like 42 45-minute workouts a week, and then a 15-minute walk a day.
Like the time investment is not huge.
And this is to basically, boom, hit a great amount of exercise that you can maintain consistently, and it's going to give you like most of your returns for your health.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all you need to do. You're almost maximizing. Obviously, then if you want to maybe carry a little extra muscle, and then an extra day or two of resistance training is going to be helpful. If you have higher level conditioning goals, or even want a little more, you're going to get a little more benefit. But it's diminishing. It's not like you do double, you get double. That's not the case. You do double, you maybe get 5% more, right?
Yep.
If you know me, you know I'm always on the run, up early and home late. So having a 3-hour morning routine isn't really in the cards for me. What is in the cards is AG1. It's a fast way to get vitamins and minerals I need to perform. I first gave AG1 a try because I wanted a single solution that helps support my entire body by filling in nutrient gaps and simplifying my morning routine. Since drinking AG1 daily, I've always felt strong and energized and ready to attack the day. Not only does AG1 deliver my daily dose of vitamins, minerals, pre- and probiotics, and more, it's a powerful, healthy habit that's also powerfully simple. It's one scoop, mixed in water, once a day, and every day. I know that AG1 is giving my body high-quality nutrition. Every batch of AG1 goes through a rigorous testing process, so you know that it's safe. And AG1 ingredients are sourced for absorption, potency, and nutrition density. AG1 is a supplement that I trust to provide the support my body needs daily, and that's why I'm excited to welcome them as a new partner. Here is your chance to start every day this season with a gift to yourself. Try AG1 and get a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3K2 and 5 free AG1 travel packs with your first purchase exclusively at drinkag1.com/provengrit. That's drinkag1.com/provengrit. Check it out. If you know me, you know I'm always on the run, up early and home late, so having a 3-hour morning routine isn't really in the cards for me. What is in the cards is AG1. It's a fast way to get vitamins and minerals I need to perform. I first gave AG1 a try because I wanted a single solution that helps support my entire body by filling in nutrient gaps and simplifying my morning routine. Since drinking AG1 daily, I've always felt strong and energized and ready to attack the day. Not only does AG1 deliver my daily dose of vitamins, minerals, pre- and probiotics, and more, it's a powerful, healthy habit that's also powerfully simple. It's one scoop, mixed in water, once a day, and every day. I know that AG1 is giving my body high-quality nutrition. Every batch of AG1 goes through a rigorous testing process, so you know that it's safe. And AG1 ingredients are sourced for absorption, potency, and nutrition density. AG1 is a supplement that I trust to provide the support my body needs daily, and that's why I'm excited to welcome them as a new partner. Here is your chance to start every day this season with a gift to yourself. Try AG1 and get a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3K2 and 5 free AG1 travel packs with your first purchase exclusively at drinkag1.com/provengrit. That's drinkag1.com/provengrit. Check it out.
So, yeah, and then to buckle back down to the original question, for cardio, to maintain good health, what is a good baseline? What do I need to get consistent with? I already know I need to strength train twice a week. It's basically you're trying to hit 500 METs, which could be 150 minutes of a moderate intensity movement, which, just to give you a frame of reference, could be 3-mile-per-hour walk. So basically just walking with a bit of purpose.
Yeah.
Or it could be 75 minutes of vigorous activity, which could be like a circuit at the gym, where you're doing exercises, your heart rate gets up, a little bit faster pace, like an incline walk or hike or jog. But again, that's if you were doing no moderate stuff. You could get so you can combine them too, right? And again, you can do this however you want. Our recommended thing is like get a bulk because it's simple and easier. Good daily habit. Get some, that moderate walking in, and then anywhere from like a 15 to 30-minute circuit once a week.
Yeah.
Combined with just the 15-minute walking, you're good. Yeah. And again, if you can walk 20 to 30 minutes a day,
you're all right.
Then you're completely covered from the walking.
Yep.
right? So I know personally I try to get a 30-minute walk in. Boom, there it is.
If you have a dog, it's a lot easier.
Yeah.
But, yeah. And I think setting walking as a base is the best way, because then it's a daily habit, at least if you set it up that way. And then you can kind of fill in the gaps as you go.
Yeah.
You know, like, I'll hit my hit workout once a week, and then it's, the sky isn't falling if maybe you don't walk one day.
Yeah. And in general, if you need to make it easy, the vigorous activities kind of equivalent. So it's like 30 minutes of the moderate is equivalent to about 15 minutes of the vigorous. Right?
Yeah.
So maybe the weather's horrible. Maybe it's winter. Maybe you don't have a lot of time. That's where, some of the higher intensity stuff.
Yeah, you can hit a 15-minute circuit, maybe even at home.
Yeah.
And boom, you knocked out a lot of it.
Side note, we can do a whole nother episode on this, but that's where a lot of people think they do resistance training, but it's really just cardio. When you go and you string together, you could be doing like a dumbbell press, but it's with 10 pounds because you're then doing another exercise 30 seconds right after it, and then another, and then another. All that actually becomes cardio. You're not actually doing progressive resistance training. You're going to be missing out on the benefits that provides.
Like you're using strength movements to do the cardio.
Yeah.
So there's no strength training effect to them anymore.
Yeah. Now, so it doesn't mean it's worth this, obviously.
No.
But it's cardio, right?
But it doesn't check the box for our strength training.
Yeah. And at some point,
that's the key.
Exactly. If you're not checking that box and you're just getting a ton of cardio, you're not maximizing your time, right?
No.
So we always say, get your true at least two full body, your resistance training, check that box, check your move minutes, your 150, your 500 mets. Then from there, if you have extra time, like do what you like, do what you enjoy, do what you want.
Or if you play a sport,
Yeah, but you still have to have the eye on, you've got to recover from all this stuff, which, you've heard us talk about. So again, it doesn't mean, like you can go do unlimited. It doesn't mean it's benefiting you unless you just, enjoy it and don't care about progressing, or you feel great and you're getting no negative consequences. So yeah, that's where you should tie it up on a bow. Now I think that deserves a round of applause.
All right, we're good. That was enough.
Y'all ready? We got a new mixer.
Yeah,
got some buttons.
It's dope.
So hopefully that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I hope that helped.
I think a lot of people in today's world, everything's so overwhelming. There's so much information. I mean, I follow someone like a great cardio expert like Joel Jamieson, right? And you can log on, and again, he works with like fighters and stuff. That's his background.
Like elite athletes.
Well, you better be conditioned when someone's punching you in the face.
And it's a different type of conditioning than you need to just be a healthy human.
Yeah, and people will then see, and don't get me wrong, Joel has some great articles where he breaks down like,
oh, he's super smart, dude.
For just general population, but someone could see something that's prescribed for a fighter
and think, I got to do that.
But then they're, stressed and busy and don't have all this time, and then they just end up trying to do that for one workout or thinking they need to do it, and then what they're not doing is not enough, and then eventually they end up doing nothing.
Yep.
Again, keep it simple. If your goal is to prioritize your health, realize it's a lot less than you probably think.
Yeah.
Even the intensities, like we said, even these mets, you can get confused because it's, when I first learned them, I was like moderate and vigorous. So there's no low, because I would consider a 3 mile per hour walk
low intensity.
And that's where you got to realize, you got to dig in and make sure you know the actual definitions. Because
so just so everyone has a comparison, low, I think on their chart is sleeping.
Yeah. Just
sleeping, I think, is 1 met.
Because people don't realize you're burning calories and doing stuff. Your body's functioning, which,
Yeah. So just so you can have a little comparison as to like what, where are we comparing this to? That's what it is.
So yeah, it doesn't take much.
It doesn't, and don't feel like you have to just keep hammering yourself.
Yeah.
That doesn't do the job.
Yep.
And really, minimum effective dose should be always the goal. And then from there, when you have time or if you really enjoy it, and you find you can consistently do something, of course, add more as you need to, but be cool with that minimum as your base.
And again, the minimum can maximize.
Yeah, exactly. Like
your health.
Yep.
Is it going to maximize your fitness? No.
But those are two different things.
But then you have to start asking yourself, what do you need this max fitness for? right? Because everything comes with a cost.
Yeah, like if you're a runner, you enjoy running marathons. Well, you do need the fitness to be able to run a marathon. So there's going to be a lot more activity involved with that.
But you also know, hey, running a marathon will expose me to more possible injury, more possible, fatigue, and
it's harder to recover from that training.
It takes a bunch of time. So for every minute I'm running for the marathon is a minute less that I could be doing something else, right? Maybe you have pets and kids and work, right? So it's juggling all that. And most people, the thing is, they don't even establish the low baseline. So
they go straight to the fitness max.
All or nothing. So then when people aren't doing all, they don't know how to do a little bit. And they fall back.
And then the switch just turns off and I guess I'm just not working out right now.
Yeah.
When in reality, you should always strive to hit that base, and then you can turn it up a little bit when you need to. Which is fine.
Yep.
Because our goals change over life. You might find my kids are in college now and I have all this time and I want a new hobby or a sport to play, and that's cool. But knowing you probably couldn't do that before because you were, driving your kids to practice and whatever it may be. So you kept your minimum and your health was good and you were fine.
Yeah. If you go back one of our old podcasts with member of ours, client Joe Roth, he talks about that where he does all these ultra marathons and stuff now, but he didn't get into it till after his daughter got grown because he just then entered a different stage of life and found himself with more time. So there you go. There's your answer. Hopefully it helps. Hit us up on the socials.
Yep. Holla at us.
And we'll be back next week.
Back at it again.
Thanks for listening.
See ya. As always, thanks for listening, guys. If you want to learn more, check us out at coastalfitnessva.com or garydeagle.com. We'll see you next time.